Hello, buddy, and welcome back to Up the Guts. Continuing our season previews now. As you know, we're at the back end now. We've only got 4 clubs remaining. And if you're watching this and you've already seen the thumbnail, you might be wondering, where's St Kilda? Where's the St Kilda season preview? Don't worry, St Kilda fans, I have not forgotten about you. We will be having a special St Kilda episode as I will be joined, fingers crossed, everything goes well. We're in the talks with being joined by a special guest to be alongside me to do the season preview, someone in the content creation space, as well a YouTuber who is a diehard St Kilda fan as well. So fingers crossed it all goes together, but don't worry, Sage fans, I have not forgot about you. If you've been listening to the season previews and you have enjoyed it, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're listening to streaming this via streaming platforms such as Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Make sure to hit that follow button so you do not miss an upload. But without further ado, let's get on with the 2025 season preview for last year's runners-up, the Sydney Swans. Obviously, Sydney Swans last year were the runners-up. They were the heavy favourite going into the grand final against Brisbane. I just adjust the mic a little bit there. They were the heavy favourite going into the grand final last year. Obviously finishing first on the ladder and just dominated the home and away season with their star-studded midfielder, the likes of Isaac Heaney, Errol Goulden, Chad Warner, you name it, they were there. James Rowbottom, who plays a crucial role, who can sometimes go underrated. His tackling pressure is enormous for them. Some of the ins they brought in, so they haven't brought, that's a lie. I was going to say they haven't brought in any players in other clubs, but they have brought in Ben Patton, who they got via the rookie draft, who was originally a Saint. He was delisted and they've gone and picked him up through the rookie draft to help booster. He'll play, if he does play, he'll play in the defence. He's a lockdown defender, so there's another one to add to the boat. It's good to have as a bit of security and backup there. But some of the draftees, they've picked up Jester Tolley with pick 22, Ned Bowman with pick 26, Riley Bias with pick 41, Riek Andrew, brother of Mac Andrew, with pick 55. Blake Ledler alongside Ben Patton were also rookies. There is a couple of outs for them though. Luke Parker and Jake Constantine were part of the same trade, and they go over to North Melbourne. Luke Parker fell out of favour with the Swans. Obviously got suspended early in the year, but he's such a crucial role. They try to play a bit more as a forward, and although during those finals games, he was really good as a forward, impacting the scoreboard. I think it's just his competitive nature that he's not going to let it die on it, and that's why he was so good as a forward. As in North Melbourne, he said that experiment's over. He's going to be playing purely as a midfielder to help the up-and-coming midfielders over there. But Jabe Constantine, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe we saw him. If we did, maybe 1 or 2 games, but they have a lot of talks about him. So, and Sam Reid, another one, key forward, retired. Harry Arnold, Jaden Mager, and Lockie McAndrew and Cooper Vickery were delisted. Lachlan McAndrew was picked up today. As I just get that up, I did see a post, sorry about this. He was, as we record this on Monday, yes, so he was picked up by Adelaide. Lachlan McAndrew, after obviously being delisted. After it says Adelaide snuck in to sign ex-Sydney ruck Lockie McAndrew before last Friday's SFP deadline. Not sure why it's only coming out today, but he replaces Kieran Strawn, who selflessly agreed to sit out the year. Crows cleared to delay an announcement until Strawn could tell his teammates this morning. So obviously Strawn had said this to Adelaide, but they delayed making it public. That's why it's probably only come out now. They delayed making it public until Kieran Strawn had told the clubs on the Monday morning, which it's an interesting thing. I wonder why that is. Obviously, Kieran Strawn dominates Sanford level. Let's have a look at their list. Key defenders, they got Aaron Francis, is really struggling. He was such a high talent coming in when he was drafted. A first round draft pick. Just haven't lived up to the high hopes as of yet. Riek Andrew, we mentioned. William Edwards, Tom McCartan was starting his career as a key forward. And became such a crucial key defender for them. Patrick Snell and Lewis Malikan had a really good second half last year, I thought. Defenders, Harry Cunningham plays a role every week, goes underrated as that lockdown defender, takes the 1 or 2 best small forward and just doesn't let them out of his sight. Oliver Florent will provide that dash off half back. Callum Mills listed as defender. Obviously, he was defender, rising star winner, skipper. Then became a midfielder, but they're looking to play a bit more off halfback now, which I think is the best spot for him, especially with the star-studded midfield they have now. Nick Blakey, after receiving his first All-Australian honours last year, will also provide that dash and intercept and ball use off halfback. Love watching the Lizard go about his footy. Dane Rampy, been a great player for them for many years now. Ben Patton, we mentioned, Riley Bias, who they picked up in this year's draft. Blake Leader, who they picked up in the rookie draft. And Matt Roberts, who came in, was drafted as a midfielder, couldn't find his space in midfield, but I think last year especially, he found his role down there at halfback and played some really crucial games. Midfielders, we mentioned, their star-studded midfield, so let's start with Chad Warner. Will this be his last year in the Swans colours? There is rumours he has bought a house down there in Perth, and obviously he's from WA. Fremantle linked to him. Fremantle linked to bloody everybody. They just picked up Bolton. But so it'll be interesting to see, but he is a great player. Taylor Adams, obviously, started off as a Giant, Collingwood, and a Swan, just really hard at it when he can keep his body right. Isaac Heaney, breakout season last year, probably fell away the second half of last year. Pretty much first half of the year had the Brownlow for his to lose there. It fell away a little bit, but then came back strong during one of the finals games. He won the game off his own boot. James Rogon, who I mentioned with his tackling pressure. Angus Sheldrick, Braden Campbell, who was in the Errol Goulden draft. We see he got used as a sub a lot, plays a little bit of wing, plays a bit of halfback. Another good user of the ball, hoping to get a bit more AFL game time this year. James Jordan, who played that role as a tagger last year, was decent. Jesse Detoli, who they just picked up. Errol Goulden, we said it. We mentioned earlier, just a great player, and he started off extremely well in the practice match with 32-1, just doing what Errol does best. Justin McInerney off that wing, Indy Kirk, Caleb Mitchell, Tom Hannity, and Jake Lloyd's listed as a midfielder, obviously playing a bit more high off that wing nowadays later in his career. Ruckman, they got Brody Grundy, another one who started the first half of the year off really well, but then I think faded away in the second half. Peter Laddams, I don't know what's going on with Peter Laddams sometimes I think he's a quality player, then he just does some stupid stuff and gets reported, so unsure. And William Green. Key forwards, Joel Amati, the Amati Party. If you've been a long time listener of this podcast, you know how much we love the Amati Party down here up the guts. Logan McDonald, a lot of talent there. He was a top 5 pick. Definitely a first round. I'm pretty sure he was a top 5. He was a top 10 pick at least. Hayden McLean, who will play that key forward and mix it in, giving Brody Grundy a bit of a rest, chop out in the ruck as well. Joel Hamling's listed as a key forward. Mainly played a lot of his career as a key defender, but he has played forward as well. And Jack Buller. Forwards, Will Hayward, big on Will Hayward. Love the way he plays. Very versatile. He's a small forward who can take his marks and really impact the scoreboard. Tom Papley, he's just a pest, isn't he? But no, not honest. What I mean by that, great player. Love watching Tom Papley play as a spectator, but he would be a pest to play on. He's just that live wire. He runs down there, gets in your face, but he's so good. He gets the energy up and about in that forward line. Sam Wicks, Ned Bowman, Caden Leary, Corey Warren, and Robbie Fox is listed as a forward. I assume they'll use him more as a lockdown defender in the back line though, but he did play a bit of forward as well. Where do I think the Sydney Swans will finish in 2025? I haven't predicted to finish top 2. So at the moment I've said second. It could be first, but I've written second. We'll find out when I do my video on the final bit of the ladder. Look out for I tossed and turned with this one because I just looked at the list and I said, look out for. Their list this was just so good last year. Who is there to look out for? And I said, do I put this guy or do I not? Because it might have been just one game where he started. But then he did something in the Pracky game. He went and kicked 6. So I've gone with the big Joel Amati, the Amati Party. Kicked 6 in the Pracky game. Who can forget last year against Adelaide when he kicked 9 goals, 1. 9 goals, 1 from 10 disposals. What a game he had there. Just across the 25 matches, he did manage to kick 43 goals. 1.7 average per game, that is. So it's a decent. He'll be looking to try and push it up to 2. He'll be looking for a 50-plus goal year this year. Round 14 versus Adelaide, as we mentioned, where he kicked 9 goals, 10 disposals, took the 7 marks, but also led the 6 tackles. So got involved with the forward pressure as well. But I think Joel Marty's one to look out for because he's only getting better with more game time he's playing. At the moment last year, he was a bit inconsistent. If he can put that consistency together, he has all the tricks. He has the height, he has the athleticism, he can tag a good mark, and he's good in front of the goal on a set shot. So look out for Joel Marty in 2025. Now needs to lift. Club with the skipper, Callum Mills. Maybe a bit harsh because he did injure himself in the preseason. Did his shoulder, wrestling. That's part of the reason why I said needs to lift. Lost a lot of faith. A lot of people were on his back after. You're supposed to be the skipper. You're supposed to be leading by example, and you go out and do that. I get it. It's a Mad Monday, and freak stuff happen. But now you need to gain the respect back from the public to show why you're the skipper. Only managing the 7 matches and the 17.5 average disposals and 2 goals. It's just not good enough. I get it. You came back from injury, but the fact is you were dropped, left out of the team. You weren't left out. You were dropped for the grand final. So let's get that right. The skipper left out of the grand final side. That's the definition of someone that needs to lift and put his team on the back. If they want to go back to that grand final spot, actually go all the way this year, I think Callum Mills needs to lift as the skipper. Go back to that half back line where he is, where he won his Rising Star in his first year. He's played some really good footy. Control the half back line and really bring this team back together, because after a big loss like that and the amount of grand finals they've lost under when John Lamar was coaching, it's easy to fall away. But if Callum Mills can be the captain that brings them all back together, keeps the camaraderie together, there is no reason why Sydney Swans can't come back out and dominate again in the home and away season like they did last year, but this time go one step further and win the flag. So I think needs to lift is Callum Mills, the skipper. His best game, though, was round 24 of the Adelaide, where he had 27, going at 85% efficiency, took the 10 marks, 7 intercepts, and had 8 score involvements. There you have it, guys. There is my 2025 season preview for the Sydney Swans. I have got them predicted to finish second on the ladder in the home and away season. Look out for Joel Marty if he puts that consistent footy together to really take control of that forward 50 and kick. I'm looking at a 50-plus goal year for Joel Marty this year. And needs to lift Callum Mills just to gain the respect back from the supporters, I think. I don't think it's from the club as necessary. I think it's more the supporters and the wider AFL community. Well, that's going to do it for us today, guys. If you are enjoying this content, you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and comment on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss an upload. If you're, as I just kind of chinned the microphone there, it shows how close I am. And if you're listening to this via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, make sure to leave a comment on this video and turn the notification bell on, of course, as you do on YouTube. Hit the follow button, but most importantly, please leave a 5-star rating and a review. That is what helps gets the show out there, so now I can continue rolling out content for you guys and get some more guests coming on. As I mentioned, we have a guest coming on just around the corner, so stay tuned for that. But that will be it for today, guys. Thank you guys for listening. Until next time, I'll see you guys then.